Welcome to the BVTV Network, coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. This is episode 2 in the BVTV Aspire Trilogy with executive coach and author of the book Aspire. Hello again, Reiner Lomb.
Hi again, Malcolm. I'm excited.
Well, you see, your book is just got me going. I've done 700 plus of these interviews since March 2020, and some books are academic, some books are vanity. Yours, I think, is a great manual for those who need to make the change in leadership today, but for those aspiring. Sorry about using the word of your book, but for those aspiring to be leaders of the future. Now, I said in episode 1 that I believe emotional skills are more important than technical skills in today's leaders. I think you deliver that brilliantly with your Aspire leadership model. So can you briefly take us through the model and why the word aspire?
Yeah, let me explain why the word aspire. I think you mentioned it already. It's targeted at leaders who aspire to create aspirational change. It implies that they want to create positive change. They want to create a different future, a positive future for their business or for society, no matter where they are.
Yeah.
Now, on the model itself. So there's 3 basic ideas that I'd like to share first. The first idea is really that anybody can create positive change no matter where they are. Okay, that's the first idea of the book. The second one, in order to create positive change, in order to create change, a leader must influence or create a change in behavior of the stakeholders for whom the leader wants to create a better organization for the employees, the clients. In society, it's maybe the voters or the citizens and so on. So that's the second. So in order to create positive change, you need to create a change in behavior, starting with yourself as the leader. Okay.
Yeah.
And the third idea of the book is that in order to change behavior, one of the most powerful drivers of behavior, of changing behavior, are emotions. Now, there's overall more than 250 emotions, some experts say, and there's a subset of these emotions that are present at any given moment, if you're aware or not. We might be aware, or mostly we are not aware of it, but they drive our behavior. Okay, so it's very hard to learn 250 emotions for anyone, including myself, who has been learning in this field for many, many years and coaching others. So I picked the ones that are because I also coach and facilitate innovation, transformational change with leaders, saying which are the ones that are most important, most critical for a leader to focus on in specific leader situations in order to create change, in order to lead change, and specifically positive change. And I came to those 7 emotions, and I like to break them down in blocks of 3. And then in the last one, the 7th one, I will talk about that separately. But the foundation, it's built as like a pyramid from bottom up. The first 3 are really empathy, compassion, and interest. And empathy is what you talked about that earlier, empathizing with somebody, putting yourself into somebody's shoes, ideally like feeling what somebody is feeling, makes you care as a leader. Now, caring organizations perform much better than non-caring organizations that have a culture of caring. That is settled. Now, caring alone is not enough. So that's why compassion includes and builds on empathy and adds the commitment to serve the needs of somebody that needs our support, our service, our help. Right? Pulling a child out of the river when it's drowning. Okay, so that's empathy makes us care about it. Compassion makes us commit to pull the child out, or commit us to serve really the clients in their best interest. Right?
Yes.
And interest builds then on that. It's in order for a leader to come up with solutions, with a vision. The leader must understand the needs of the client, of the stakeholders, but also understand what are the solutions, what are the systems that serve those needs. And that's where interest comes in. The leader has to have a deep and sustained interest in in the business he or she is leading. Okay, so that's basically the foundation. Now, based on that foundation, which gives you a better understanding and caring and commitment to serving, a leader can build a vision. And we talked earlier about transformational change. One of the greatest challenges that I observe with leaders is to have a transformational change vision, and a vision of a future that is connects to the stakeholders' highest aspirations. Let's say you want to recruit like the young generation that deeply care about their future, right? The state of the world, the planet, the environment, social issues, and so on. Then you need to understand what their aspirations are, what their needs are in that space as a leader, and your vision needs to be aligned with that. So I would say that's one of the biggest challenges. And I have specific exercises that I do with leaders to get them out of their box and take them up to that level that they can create an aspirational and inspirational vision.
Excellent.
Now, building on, like, to have such a vision, you have to have optimism. You cannot live in the past, in emotions of the past, like resentment. You have to live in emotions of the future, and optimism is such a strong emotions that allows us to look into the future. Okay, and that can be learned. Each of these emotions can be learned. They can be practiced. They can be cultivated. Now you have this wonderful vision, and people, they hear about it. You still want to mobilize people to support you, right? To realize your vision. You know, you need employees, you need clients, you need investors for your business, and other people that support you, partners. So you need to mobilize people, and how you mobilize people is through inspiration. Right, and you do this by connecting to the higher aspirations of those people that you want to mobilize, right? And so inspiration mobilizes people, but then you still need to coordinate effective actions among all those people you have rallied around your vision, and you have all fired up. In order to coordinate effective actions, you need collaboration, and the emotion that fuels collaboration is trust. I would say it's one of the most complex and most important emotions that a leader must cultivate in him or herself, but also in others, and among each others, and also being trusted by the people, the leader, you know, the employees, the stakeholders, the funders, and so on. And
we'll save the seventh one for episode 3, should we?
Wonderful.
Yeah. Thanks, Reiner. Now let's give viewers and listeners details of your URL, your website address, which obviously viewers you can see on the screen behind me, but for listeners, let me spell it out. And it's all the W's dot Reiner, REINER Lomb, LOMB, reinerlomb.com. Now his book is called Aspire: 7 Essential Emotions for Leading Positive Change, no matter where you are. I am really chuffed that I've had the opportunity of reading it, because I just think it's excellent. And as you well know, viewers and listeners, I deal with lots of books all over the world, but this is a standout one. For more details and to order, go to reinerlomb.com/books. Now, in this uncertain and constantly fluid, changing business world, leaders are possibly exhausted by the constant barrage of challenges. This is where I believe the ability to be resilient becomes important. So in episode 3, I want to ask Reiner his thinking on being resilient. So can we go there, Reiner?
Absolutely.